Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dustin. Today, we are going to make what I'm going to call a copycat from a Wendy's Frosty. And I'm super excited about it. It's going to be great. So you're going to need some chocolate milk, Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk, and Cool Whip. So this is a half gallon. This is the size of our blender. I'm not sure all of that will fit in here, so we may be making this in two batches. So I'm going to do half of each container. So you're supposed to put a half gallon, 8 ounces of Cool Whip, and 14 ounces of Eagle brand. So what I'm going to do is do roughly half of all of these things in here, blend them up, and then we're going to go from there and make two batches to make one big batch. We'll show you how this works. Got everything opened? So 1 gallon is 128 ounces. That means half a gallon, as I have my milk, 64 ounces. That is the max liquid amount on this thing. So I'm going to do half of that. So half of 64 is 32. So I'm going to pour my chocolate milk until I have 32 ounces, which is 1 quart. All right. Now, I'm going to take my Cool Whip, basically divide it down the middle. Not as easy to do as you would think. All right. There's half, roughly, give or take. Again, since we're making it in two batches, it's okay. It's not exactly half. Then I'm going to pour half, roughly, of my Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. And I know I've got 14 ounces here, so I'm kind of watching 32 to 40 is 8. So just a little shy of 40 is probably 7. And from there, I'm going to pop the blender lid on, lock it down. I'm going to blend this sweet goodness. Okay. There is part 1. I'm super excited. All right, so you can see we've got this in a pitcher here. And the idea is we're going to take this and go put it in the freezer, and because of the things that are in it, it won't actually freeze solid. It will just become that sockwood, not a solid or a liquid in between. And so that will be our Wendy's Frosties. We're going to do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's been frozen for a while. We let this sit in the freezer for like 8 hours. So this is probably a good recipe that maybe you could make early in the morning and then put it in the freezer and let it set up, and then you could have it maybe for dessert, or make it at night and then you could have it the next day. But once we did, I got it out and I'm just kind of stirring it together because it sort of froze a little bit in some places, but you can tell it's not quite a solid, it's not quite a liquid, sockwood. Anyway, so I am way excited about this. How can you go wrong with those ingredients? So I don't know if it'll pour. I'm just going to spoon it up a little bit here. It might pour, but I'm afraid it'll pour in clumps and I'll spill it all over the place. But a serving spoon is definitely a good way to go. So there you go. I'm very excited. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you get to make some too. And if you do, let me know. I hope it's good for you as well. Anyway, thanks for cooking with Mr. Dustin. We'll see you next time.